This has got to be the ultimate canvas drop sheet tent. I went for a prospector style, but it's a lean-to shape. I put the whole thing together with a sewing machine, some straps, a bow saw, a bunch of rope, and it's solid as anything and gonna do exactly what I need it to do. Be kind of just like a screened-in porch at the farm. I've got this nice bug net to keep the bugs out, and this thing is just a joy to be in. So I found this rocky spot on the farm that is kind of the perfect place. The good thing is that you just have to peel this moss up and you're right on rock, so nothing's gonna sink. But the bad news is I can't actually dig any of these poles into the ground, so everything's got to be freestanding. So I collected all this dead wood that was just standing dead wood, picked the least punky stuff I could find, and I'm just cutting it down to size. The first thing we're going to do is make the two kind of triangles that hold the peak. So I'm just scraping off some of the bark, get this ready to go, and try to keep it from rotting too fast. So this is going to be a square lash. I'm not a knot guy. I did my best. I did some practice before I came out, but I don't really have the best internet connection, so I'm not 100% sure these are a perfect square lash. But in any case, I got two of those put together, and then we got to make some TPs. The TP knot, same thing. I did my best, and they held up really well, but I'm not gonna pretend like I can teach you guys how to do a knot. Look those up on a different video. But I am very proud of this frame. I think this is a really neat frame. So the way it works is these TPs are going to hold up the triangles that we just made while we get the peak and the roof all set up and put together. So we stretch those out and get these logs on top of them. These TPs, like, they're quite strong. I was pretty impressed with them. I didn't really know what to expect, how big of wood to use, but I think I got them just right. They're really nice. They hold these up perfect, and then I built the whole tent around that. For the peak, I wouldn't want to use any of this pine. I found these dried out old ash that I don't know how long they've been dead, but they're hard as anything. It's funny having only used really like SPF lumber from the hardware store, how hard hardwood actually is. Like, this ash is tough to get through. It's perfect for the peak. So finally we get to get out the tent. I've spent days just staying up late, sewing this thing together, planning it, measuring it, trying to remember my trigonometry. But anyway, so first thing you gotta do is you gotta feed the beam for the peak through the tent. It's actually gonna be on the inside, and then in that way it can hold it up by the nice thick canvas fabric. The roof of the tent is made out of a 12 by 15 foot canvas drop sheet, just a hardware store canvas drop sheet. And then the walls were 6 by 9s. I just cut a corner off of them and sewed the corner to the top of them to turn them into that lean-to shape. So we're gonna put that peak up with the tent fed through it, and then we can stretch the tent out over it and then start working on the back of the roof. Those tripods are only there just to hold up the peak while we're building out the roof, and then we'll take those tripods away and they're going to hold up the front of the lean-to. So I got some straps sewed to the back of the tent, and that way this log that's going to be on the back can be on the outside, it won't be on the inside of the tent like the other one is. Yeah, so three big straps, and then this log ends up sitting on the ground, and these other two logs sit on that one. I might switch this one out for an even bigger log, but it's doing the trick for now. Now we can go ahead and lash those beams, those ash beams, onto our main frame here. And that's gonna get everything sturdy, and we won't need those tripods so much anymore. Yeah, this was a major case of, if you don't know knots, tie lots. I just put tons of rope on there, and it's holding really well. So we do need one more thing. We need one big log for this project. The worst thing that could happen is wind gets into the main door of the lean-to, like pulls out into that big open side, and just flips the whole thing over. So the thing that's kind of going to hold up that front wall is going to be this big giant log. And plus I got to clean up these paths anyways to make them a bit more safe. You can see I'm wearing my steel-toed safety boots with my cut-off jeans, so it's all as safe as you can really be. I got my escape plan, you know, ready to go. Practiced it a couple of times before this tree finally came down. Alright, now we got our big log. We'll bring that over and clean it up and get it ready to go. I've got some straps on the front of the tent that are gonna suck this log in and hold it nice to the frame that we have. So that gets strapped on, and then the log itself is going to get lashed onto the frame as well. So wherever this big log goes, the whole tent's going to go now. And for this next part, we have to do the fun part. So we get to take the tripods out, and we're going to lift that big log onto the tripods, and then just got some strapping and tying, and then the tent is done. I cannot tell you how fun it was to see this thing go up. I just working on my kitchen table on a big pile of heavy canvas, just trying to picture in my brain and what it would look like, and finally seeing it stretched out onto a frame is just awesome. This is a project I've been wanting to do for a super long time. So this would be a good time to have a buddy, but it was doable on my own. It's really just the weight of that big log that you're lifting up. Everything else is, the roof is so steep that most of the weight's being pushed through that back ash log. So get your tripod in place, get those up there. I'm gonna probably go back and just bring a drill and put some more support into these tripods just to keep them from splaying out. My knot is holding for now, but I do want to take a little bit of pressure off of it, so I'll probably screw in some more logs on the bottom just to hold them in place. But now I've got one more set of straps to hold the bottom walls to the tripod, and that'll keep those from splaying out a bit. Like I said, I'll go back and reinforce those another time, but yeah, that's it. So we strap that on, and then we just have to deal with lacing the top down. So I faced the back into the main direction where the wind's going to come off a big field, but I still want to sew this. I've got riveted a bunch of rivets into the front of this tent, so I can just lash it right down to the big log, and then hopefully wind can't pull up on the roof very much. And that's it. I think it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. And all your offcuts are a bunch of firewood for the next camping trip. Once you get some cots into this thing, it's going to be great. Yeah, so for cost for this project, it was the 3 drop sheets, the bug net fabric, the rope, the straps. I just had some extra straps I just cut up, and that was pretty much it. It was mostly just the time to sew it together, but I don't know. I don't think they really make a product exactly like this. I think this is something you just have to make yourself if you want it. And geez, is it ever cool. I really want to get my kids out to the farm a lot more, and when it's really buggy or if it looks like it might rain, it's hard to get them out here, but maybe this will help. So I sewed a rope into the curtain to hold it down, and then I even put a little cincher strap around that log so that keeps the bugs out too. And then you get the nice view of the campsite. And then when you're all done, it's time to go home. You just have to roll up this bug net so it doesn't get ripped apart by the wind, and give everything a good sweep so it's ready for the next time you want to use it.